Hello everyone, my name is Phawx. This is going to be my review on the DeckMate. This is how it arrived. So pretty unceremonious, but that doesn't matter because the DeckMate is really an accessory for your accessories. This is how it looks, but let's go ahead and open it all up. And this is what it looks like. So this is actually the main part of the DeckMate itself. So we're going to go ahead and strap this in. It's actually pretty clever. It's going to clip into the part of the vent exhaust system up here. So it's really easy to align. So you're going to put it in right here and then just snap it in on the bottom. And there you go. You have your DeckMate system that is ready to be used with most anything. So additionally on the back, you can see right here, we have little micro SD slots where you can put additional micro SDs. Let's go see how that looks. So we have one in there right now. Let's go ahead and put in another. So this way you can actually have interchangeable cartridges if you wanted to quickly swap between different micro SD cards. This is actually a really cool feature and something that I think is just overall really cool to have. You can see it's in there really snug, and you can also hear when it clips in. So a real nice sound to signify that it's engaged and locked in. Really cool to see. This right here is actually the heart of the entire DeckMate system. So here is a universal kind of clip that you would just put on. So now this would be just some 3M tape. Now this is whatever you're going to stick this to is going to be pretty permanent, but you're not going to be able to reuse it. So whatever you're going to be putting on here, you should make sure that you're going to be pretty confident what you're going to do. They do give you 2 of them in there, so this will stick to anything. For instance, let's say you wanted to put a gigantic battery to extend the battery life, but also have it in a means that is actually comfortable to use. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this dead in the center, stick it on there, and see how well this actually operates. That was actually super sticky. You can actually see some of the difficulty I had in getting that off. But now we have this very sticky material here, and we're going to do my best to line this up and get it dead center exactly where I want it to be. All right, so there we go. I got it relatively centered, and I'm going to go ahead and press down to get this really stuck on there. Because now all of this is going to be held up by this clip itself. So we want to make sure that we press down enough that we fully engage all of the adhesive onto this. So now at this point, we have a mechanism to attach a battery backup to the Steam Deck itself and have it be comfortable to actually use. So let's see how this works in practice. All right, so I got the Steam Deck, and what we're going to do is we're just going to engage this. Remember the spring inside first, and then there it is, and it's attached. At this point, you can then use your Steam Deck, hold it in your hand, and then all you need to do is connect the cable so that it's up here. So let's go see what that looks like. Alrighty, so there we go. I have this connected. You can see that it's actually engaged and used. I got a nice small cable here, and then I would hold it like this. So now the only problem that I have with here is that this cable feels like it's a little bit too close to here. So it might be better that what else is nice here is that let's go ahead and just like kind of take this out. We'll go ahead and undo this. You can actually just, flip it around and re-engage it this way. So there's no real, you don't have to worry about aligning it correctly, and then you can get like a longer cable and kind of plug it in here. But right now I just have this short cable, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep it like that, and we'll flip it back around and re-engage this. Okay, so we got it in there. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Now at this point, I have extended the battery life basically 3 times. So instead of, let's say I get 2 hours of battery life on the Steam Deck, now I'll have 6 hours of battery life with this particular attachment. And it's far more comfortable to play like this instead of having the battery backup being somewhere else. And it's, really sturdy. So yeah, you don't really have to worry about it like disconnecting. The most important thing, I guess, would be how comfortable you want the wire to be. So right now this is a little bit too close for comfort, as you can see right here. Most likely I would have the cable coming from over here, because you can see that the USB-C cable over here, so it would be coming out on this side, which would be less in my way. But yeah, so just think about the type of battery backup that you'd be getting and how it would be interacting with the Steam Deck and the DeckMate system. But that's one cool feature that you can use for the DeckMate. And I think for me is honestly, this is going to be the bigger reason why you would get the DeckMate. If we were to take a look at some of the other accessories, we have the wall mount system here. So this would be where you would kind of undo this, or just use the screws itself and go into something that is sturdy, so that at this point you could then just have a wall mount for the Steam Deck itself. You have an additional accessory thing if you ever needed to stick something else on there to get it to be extended functionality. You have a VESA mount. They do have included screws and accessories so that you can attach this part to a VESA mount itself, and then you would clip on the Steam Deck to a VESA mount. And then if you had an articulating arm, you can move that around, which is kind of cool if you wanted to have a VESA mount for your Steam Deck. This is going to be the one way that you're going to do it. Then they have this, which is actually a pretty cool feature itself, is that you can make other types of devices DeckMate capable. Let's say that you wanted to have the kickstand as well as on the battery backup. So you would then go ahead and stick this onto the battery backup and then clip the kickstand on there, so you can have the battery backup and a kickstand. So this is really cool. Or you can take this particular thing and put it on one of these other devices over here and make these systems DeckMate capable. It's actually a pretty ingenious system overall. It's surprisingly well thought out. Like, in my head, I would think that this would be rather, kind of flimsy, but it's really cool. I really, really like this accessory for the Steam Deck. So here's the deal. For the kickstand part, I don't really care. This is not something that I would have engaged on my particular Steam Deck all the time. I would tell you that for sure I would have a battery backup. And this is a monster. This battery right here, and I'm going to be reviewing this separately. This battery right here is basically 2 batteries of the Steam Deck. So you will 3x your battery life. If you're getting 2 hours, you'll get 6 hours. If you're getting 5 hours, you get 15 hours. That's what this battery backup will do for your Steam Deck. So for me, this is a winning combination. The other one that I really love is the VESA mount. So the VESA mount, especially on like an articulating arm, that is something that I could totally see people doing. That is a feature and functionality that I think is worthwhile. And then the option to just make anything into a DeckMate is really, really cool. I'm a big fan of the DeckMate. This is, for the price, it's actually really ingenious and something that in my head I think wouldn't work as well as it does. It's actually a surprisingly awesome system. So if you're looking forward to the DeckMate, take a look in the description field below. As always, guys, thank you for your time, and thanks for watching.